Previously on 27 Ways to Tell a Story in VR. We spoke about passive storytelling methods, Ride VR, POV Ride VR, Closed Space, Ghost Witness, Guided Ghost Witness, Lucky/Unlucky Ghost Witness VR, Ghost Wanderer, Comic, and Multiple Exposure VR. In this video, we'll cover active styles, like Game VR. We already have games, and for many, it's just a matter of putting your body into your character's body. How different would a game of online poker be if you could actually see your opponents, see the faces they may be trying to hide? Especially if the console's camera can read those expressions and exaggerate them. You could have a simple game with two teams, like a sci-fi shooting game in Capture the Flag mode. But from time to time, you're given the opportunity to jump into the body, or duplicate body, of someone on the opposing team. It's kind of like in the classic, multiple Academy Award deserving movie, Face Off. But you do it so that you can spy on or sabotage your opponents. Simple stuff, right? But this means that now you need to walk in your stolen avatar the way your opponent normally walks in it. And if you can only communicate via text, or all the voices in the game are normally distorted in some way, you might be able to convincingly talk the way they normally talk in their avatar too. The funny thing about this is, if enough people do it at the same time and find themselves in the same room together, that'll mean you need to give clues to your own team members to signal who you are. Clues that are subtle enough that your opponents won't notice. And if you're interested in more of these arcade-style gaming VR experiences, check out my article on the first VR game that should exist. How about this? Recursive Game VR. You play games that are both in your hands and all around you at the same time, literally or in abstract ways. You could play a game like Jumanji, the way Robin Williams played Jumanji in that one movie from the 90s. I can't think of the name right now, but you could also play Monopoly that way, or Candyland, or Life, or Settlers of Catan, or Settlers of Catan. If you want something that's more of a story than a game, like an adventure game, or a choose-your-own-adventure book, or an episode of All of My Circuits from Futurama. One option is Predestination Ghost Adventure Game VR. You can choose options of dialogue and other minor, ultimately inconsequential choices for the main character on a menu, but the story ends the same. This way, the writers aren't exhausted by making 1,000 variants on a given plotline to account for all the potential decisions a player might make. So it will end up feeling kinda like this. You would do this as a ghost. Or, with Predestination POV Adventure Game VR, you will be a character, but one who can only press buttons on a control panel to communicate. Like you're this character in Star Trek, maybe. But there's other ways of solving this too, in order to make open-ended Adventure Game VR. There could be no one around for you to talk to, and whoever does show up could be someone who won't give much of a response to what you have to say, either because they're not exactly in the mood, or because they don't speak English at all, or because the character itself is an actual robot. But there's another interesting possibility too. If the main character is simple enough, there could be Guardian Angel VR, where you can control the environment but not the person. This is similar to the game Pac-Man 2 for Super Nintendo, where you can only give the main guy directions or mess with his surroundings. And when the events of the scene change his mood, that can make it harder. Or easier. Or just kind of weird. This style didn't really take off with traditional video games, but maybe VR is a better fit for it. Anyway, all of these give you more power over the story. But the funny thing about power is, people always want a little bit more of it. And they're gonna get it. And you can see exactly how in part 3. Open. Be sure to subscribe now so you don't miss it. And if you enjoyed this video, please help us make more by going to patreon.com/alookinto later.